sure to cook. Today we're going to be doing meatball subs. We're going to do everything homemade. Then I'm going to add a little Creole seasoning inside of there. I'm going to give this a great stir. Look at that, guys. I am good to go. I hear you. Yes. Oh my God, that is wonderful. So that was about 4 to 5. I'm back. Bye. Welcome back to another episode of Be Sure to Cook. Today, we're going to be making a baked salmon with cream sauce. It's going to be a lemon cream sauce. So stay tuned and let's do this. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to crack open some garlic. I have 3 cloves of garlic here that I am peeling the skins off. Get my great, wonderful, famous knife that everybody that cooks has a special knife. If you do a lot of cooking, everybody that does a lot of cooking, or some people that just don't do a lot of cooking but they have to cook, they always got that one special knife that they won't let go. They don't care how old it gets. It's just one of those things where, you know, you're in the kitchen and you just feel comfortable with that knife. Okay, guys, the garlic here is a little wet where I went to go rinse them off. I'm just going to take my knife. Now, you don't have to chop this with a knife. And like I said, you know, I just like chopping. And I mean, it relaxes me. But hey, you don't have to do this. You can always get you like a food processor or something to chop it up for you. You don't have to do this if it takes too much of your time. And maybe some people just don't like doing this. Some people just want to chop this stuff up and go along. You can chop it up any way you want it. This is your dish. So you do it the way you want to do it. You don't have to do it exactly like I do it. You can do it the way you feel comfortable. Okay, so here is my red pepper. It's still kind of wet where I have rinsed that red pepper already, but we can rinse it again. Ooh, that was close. I could have cut my little finger. I felt that on the edge of my hand, but I caught it. Because sometimes I just be running my mouth and I'm not really paying attention. So, but that'll be something. I'm sitting there giving a show and I cut my finger off in front of everybody. And I would just say, okay, well, that's it. Okay, I'm just going to slice this up because I want the red pepper in there. But guess what? I just want a little bit for color. Okay, I've got some spinach here, fresh spinach. Okay, so I'm going to take this spinach that I got. And remember, guys, this is fresh. And I'm going to put it in my chopper. And I could chop this by hand, but I want this to come out in a small, really small pieces. And it's nice and crisp. And this is already washed and dried. So I'm just going to chop some, if I can get it chopped. I hope I got that on right. And then I'm going to do a couple chops. I can get the rest of it in there because I don't want big hunks of it. I just want really small. And I'm going to chop this up small. There you go. Look at that. Still a little wet. You can still see the water that's still on it a little bit. I don't want it to be no water. So get one of those salad spoons. I want to make sure this is chopped up. Yes. Okay, so this here, guys, is parsley. And I'm just going to take the parsley leaves off, and I am discarding the stems because I do not like the stem. Now, there's 1 or 2 stems in here. You can discard that if you want to go ahead and pick, or you can just chop those up. I just don't want a lot of stems, you know, but it's really hard to get rid of the stems. But I don't want a lot of stems. So if you got 1 or 2, just chop those up fine. And that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, so in this here, Instead of me getting it, I wanted it all chopped up. I got some basil right here. This is basil. And oh my God, it smells so good. And it's a sweet. When they say sweet, it does smell like a sweet basil. So I've got my spinach, my basil, my parsley. I also have my red bell pepper and my garlic. Okay, let's get to cooking all this good stuff up. Okay, I have my olive oil here, and I'm going to pull about a teaspoon of olive oil in there because once you use olive oil, and my pan is going to get kind of hot here. I'm going to turn this down onto medium, and I want that to shimmer. To that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of butter. Now next time I'm going to... Okay, so I have that olive oil and a teaspoon of butter. And I'm going to go ahead and start to scrape up and put in my garlic. Getting that cooked in there. And I'm getting all that. Okay, so I'm just getting that garlic with that teaspoon of with that teaspoon of olive oil and a teaspoon of butter. And I'm toasting these up. I want those. Then I'm going to start adding in my pepper. Want to add those in. Let's get those because we're going to have to get that inside there. Oh my God, doesn't that look great? We turn this down on a low. We want to cook this. I'm still getting this off here. We want to get that garlic going. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to add a little my famous Mrs. Dash. I don't know, it just does. To me, it puts everything that you're looking for. A little white pepper. You just sprinkle a little white pepper for taste. And we're going to get that stirred. While this is cooking on a nice low, then we're going to add in there while that's cooking and getting all together, I'm going to go ahead and throw my spinach in there. Get my spinach nice and good in here. And look at that color. It looks really good. And like this is on a super low now. Then we're going to do a pinch of basil, that sweet basil. We'll get that in there because we need to get that basil working with all these wonderful ingredients. Oh, it looks so delicious. Oh, and it's coming out. It smells so good. Okay, so I'm doing a lemon pepper that I have. I've got this lemon pepper here, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon of the lemon pepper into the same pan that I had. I'm going to add a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a pinch of ground mustard, a little pinch of that. All right. Okay, I'm just going to whisk all this together and get it all in here. And then I'm going to add about a cup of heavy cream. So I'm adding about a cup and a half of heavy cream. Heavy cream. And I am going to whisk this all together. Get this in here really, really well. And when you're mixing this, and if it's still tasting like just regular old cream, then you know you need to add more of your lemon pepper and a little bit more of the mustard because you want that look to it, that yellowish kind of look. And you want it to make sure that it's mixed good. So add another teaspoon, so you can add 2 if you're using a lot. And then I'm putting a little bit here. Perfect. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to, after I whipped it up good, I'm going to put it right here, all of this, into my pan. And I'm going to cook this. And it's on a low heat. And the only reason why I'm going to cook that because I want this cream sauce. Oh, and here is, look at that. And I want this to cook and get all in with all those flavors together. And then I'm going to throw in my parsley here with that. Parsley's in. And this just needs to cook on a low. And let this cook and let this finish. So some people add tomatoes if you want. You could do that. But I decided I wanted to go with the red bell pepper. Still gives that beautiful look of this sauce. But we're not finished. Okay. I'm letting this cook and simmer. And I've got some grated Parmesan cheese. And I'm just going to add a pinch of that for right now. And I'm going to stir it into the sauce. And I will be adding more later. I'm going to let this cook and stir into the sauce. And make the sauce more creamier. Okay, I got some butter. And this butter is not, some people do like it. This is balanced butter. And Smart Balance, it does a lot of things. It helps with cholesterol levels. It does a lot of stuff that's not so hard on your heart. It's just good to have. Start early if you don't have problems. There's no sense eating all that unhealthy butter that clogs you up and you'd be maybe 10 or 15 years in somebody's hospital table. Okay, so I got a little bit of, I'm just adding a little bit. Sprinkling this pepper because I want it to be seasoned from the bottom. And that was lemon pepper. But that lemon pepper is not lemon pepper. You probably can get lemon pepper without salt. So try to stay away from that. Or if you like salt, you get it. So I'm just laying that down and I'm going to lay the fish. The fish is probably about big like this. And we're going to bake it like I usually bake it. So I'm going to go get the fish. Okay, so on my fish, I'm just going to lay some Mrs. Dash. I'm not going to do the lemon pepper because it's got a little salt in it. And guess what? I have a lemon pepper sauce. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to automatically start taking and putting little pieces of butter on my fish because I want it to stay moist and juicy. When it comes out, it'll all lay on the bottom and give the bottom, which this is skin on, but you can take the skin off. I'll leave the skin on because it keeps it moist. But when you're getting ready to eat it and you're getting ready to after you get ready to eat it and stuff, you can just take that, just slip that skin off because it keeps it moist. It does something to it. It makes it better. Put this on a baking sheet and leave this open so I can see everything. 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Keep checking it. It might not take 20 minutes, it might cook. And you want this just where it kind of springs back and it's not all the way hard. Like if you feel steak, you want a little medium because it's still going to be cooking once it comes out of the oven. Plus it's going to go on that wonderful sauce that we made, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. Okay, as you see, I have a bed of rice that I had made, nice and hot and warm. I'm going to put my filet that I baked, and I have the skin that I pulled off. I just slid it up underneath. And then now, my spoon here. This is the sauce that we had made, and I had heated back up a little bit. Just warm it back up. It's nice and hot. If it seems like it's getting too thick, put a little half and half in there. And I'm going to take my sauce here, get a ladle of sauce. Oh, we're going to have to clean that up. And we're just going to take that sauce and let that sauce just run on down there, like so. Okay, it's going to wipe that plate up. And then I get a little baguette, and there it is, my salmon in cream sauce. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's show. This is baked salmon in a lemon cream sauce to go on top with a bed of rice and a little baguette on the side that I had kind of toasted up a little bit. I hope you all enjoyed this show as much as I did cooking this for you. It's something different, something good, and something romantic that you and your husband, your wife, your partner, or whoever just want to share a good meal and talk about today. Say, guess what, guys? I didn't make this dish alone. You know what? You and me, we did this together. And I hope you come back so we can make plenty more dishes. Hey guys, see you next time. Hey, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.